last game of the quarterfinals. The Moline Maroons go up against Lyons Township Lions to see who will advance to tomorrow's semifinal game against Schaumburg. Both teams advanced to the Elite Eight by winning in overtime games in their super sectional. Moline defeated Cary Grove 45-42, and Lyons Township, who comes into tonight's game with an 8-game winning streak, defeated St. Patrick 52-48 to get here tonight. This is also one of those games where, because both teams were in overtime in their super sectional, could actually be determined at the free throw line. But for more on tonight's last quarterfinal game, here are your announcers, Casey Kaler and Matt Taphorn.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa. The final quarterfinal game of the day. And do we ever have two teams with excellent traditions when it comes to IHSA Class AA boys basketball? The Moline Maroons, who have been to the Sweet 16 25 times, their most recent trip to the Elite Eight, 1981, taking on the LaGrange Lyons, who come in with 2 state titles in 53 and 70. Their most recent trip to the Elite Eight here 1994. And when it comes to this time of the season, it's all about survival and tournament play. And you talk about two teams that have survived a super sectional overtime game, Moline Maroons and the Lyons Township Lions. Should be an excellent game tonight.
Exactly. Both these two teams on their way down here. First you have Lyons beating Summit in the sectional, then Proviso East in the sectional final, and then they win the super sectional against St. Patrick. All hard-fought ball games, 2 overtime ball games. And then for Moline, they beat Rochelle in the sectional, DeKalb in the sectional final, and then they got here by beating Cary Grove, a game in overtime that they had a couple of steals down the stretch to win that ball game.
Couple of key players for both teams. First for the Lyons Township Lions, a junior 6'6" kid, Jim Maley, 170, a slasher, very good going to the basket. He scored 36 points in their sectional championship game, but a terrific player. Looking forward to seeing him tonight.
Yeah, Maley may be slight of build, but he's definitely a player. 17 points a game, 52% from the field, 76% free throws, and 5 rebounds a ball game. So he's not afraid to get in there, mix it up. They're going to really need to count on him in this ball game tonight against Moline.
Frank Dexter and his Moline Maroons counting on all season. 6'3" forward Chris Hickey. He's their leading scorer, second leading rebounder, and he's had an excellent tournament run as well.
Yeah, and in the sectional final against DeKalb, he had 24 points as well, double his average of 12 points a game, averaging 12 and 49% from the field. 3-year starter, just a hard-nosed kid. And he's also had a pair of broken wrists this year he's had to overcome. So just a hard-nosed player, really comes out every night, does his job for Moline.
Well, we're looking forward to an excellent finale to the quarterfinal Friday. The winner moves on to take on the Schaumburg Saxons, who got by their opponent here in this last quarterfinal game. So we're looking forward to an excellent game here tonight. And we will be back after these messages from your local station with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off of tonight's quarterfinal game between Moline and Lyons Township. Welcome back here to Carver Arena at the Peoria Civic Center as we get set for the final quarterfinal game of the day. You see the records for the two teams. Moline 25-5, LaGrange 27-3. Let's take a look at the keys to tonight's game. First for the Lyons Township Lions.
Yeah, they need to come out and be aggressive against this Moline team. Moline's going to be very deliberate, so they can't afford to fall asleep on the defensive end. They'll get a lot of back cuts, and they need to score some points out of their defense. Again, it's going to be a very slow-paced game as opposed to some of the other quarterfinals we've seen so far today, so they need to be patient.
And for Frank Dexter's Moline Maroons.
Yeah, they need to play their game, be relaxed. They also need to hit the boards, take control of that, and they need to play defense on Maley and Forte. We've talked about Maley in the opening, but they've also got a great player in Cortez Forte, who is also playing well for Lyons Township.
And here with the player introductions for tonight's game, public address announcer Paul Herzog.
Tonight's Class AA quarterfinal game in Carver Arena features LaGrange Lyons Township 27-3, And the Moline Maroons 25-5. Let's meet the teams for this contest. For the Lions of Lyon Township, 5'10" junior, number 10, Bill Kluber. The 6' senior, number 11, Kyle Nelson. 5'11" junior, 14, Chris Green. 6'1" senior, 15, Matt Bruckner. The 6'4" junior, 30, Dave Sitkowski. The 6'3" junior, 32, Eric Gardstrom. The 6'5" senior, 33, Brian Potter. 6'5" senior, 42, Rich Chappett. 6'4" senior, 44, Adam Lynch. And a 6'8" senior, 51, Ben Cedar. And now the Maroons of Moline. A 6'2" junior, number 11, Cyrus Shelton. A 6'4" senior, number 12, Stephen Etheridge. A 6'2" junior, number 14, Brent Anderson. A 6'6" senior, number 20, Chris Lagata. A 6'2" senior, number 30, Sean Welch. A 6'2" junior, 32, David Burke. A 6'4" junior, number 40, Travis Nunn. A 6'5" senior, number 50, Justin Ward. A 6'3" junior, number 52, Matt Chenoweth. And a 6'4" junior, number 54, Kirk Hansen. Now let's meet the starting lineups for this contest. At a forward for Lyons Township, a 6'6" junior, number 20, Jim Maley. At a forward for Moline, a 6'3" junior, 24, Jay McAdams Thornton. The other forward for the Lions, a 6'4" junior, number 40, Cortez Forte. The other forward for the Maroons, a 6'3" senior, number 34, Chris Hickey. At center for Lyons Township, a 6'6" senior, number 50, Grant Johnson. At center for Moline, a 6'6" senior, number 44, Travis Hoyt. At a guard for the Lions, a 6'3" senior, number 3, A.J. Elodie. At a guard for the Maroons, a 5'9" senior, number 5, Eric Foster. The other guard for Lyons Township, a 5'11" senior, number 25, Tom Scavuzzo. The other guard for Moline, a 6' senior, 22, Ryan Scannell. Coaching staff for Lyons Township, assistant coaches, Jeff Johnson, Brian Kopecki, Doug Stickles, Brad Nelson, and Famous Holbert.
All right, we are just about set. You get a look at Frank Dexter, head coach for Moline in his 21st season in the high school ranks, and this is his 7th year at Moline. 137-61 record in his 7 years, taking over a program that Jerry Leggett resurrected. There you get a look at Conti Stamus, 2nd year head coach for the Lyons Township Lions. He was 5 years at Evanston, racked up an excellent 92-44 record there, and in just his 2nd year at Lyons Township has him in the Elite Eight. Again, to reset the starting lineups for the Lyons Township Lions in the backcourt, A.J. Elodie and Tom Scavuzzo. And on the front line, it's Maley, Forte, and Johnson. And for the Moline Maroons, McAdams, Thornton, Hickey, and Hoyt on the front line, Boster and Scannell in the backcourt. As we get set for this final quarterfinal round. Taking a look at my partner there, Matt Taphorn, with the ceremonial jump ball here tonight, representing the Children's Hospital of Illinois. Again, the winner of this game moves on to take on the Schaumburg Saxons, who put on quite a show in the second half, dismantling the defending state champion Aurora West Blackhawks, 64-51 the final. So the winner of this game will meet Schaumburg in the second semifinal game tomorrow. There's a look at your officials for tonight's final quarterfinal tilt. James Maley wins the tip for Lyons Township. This is Scavuzzo walking it into the front court. Swings a pass left wing, Forte. Now on the point is Elodie. Right side, Scavuzzo. Maley with a full away. And the Lyons Township Lions strike first.
Maybe with a nice little mid-range jump shot from about 15 feet. Good form. We talked about him in the open. A little slender out there, only about 170 pounds at 6'6".
Hey, nice job out there on that ceremonial jump ball. You might have a future.
Not in stripes. I don't look good in stripes.
There's a three for the Maroons. Ryan Scannell with the shot. And on the right wing is Elodie. This is Scavuzzo holding. Back to Elodie. Thought about taking the three. Moline in their man-to-man defense. Actually coming out 2-1-2 zone right now. Baseline, Maley again. This one wouldn't go. The rebound hauled down by McAdams Stort.
Good defensive pressure on the shot that time by Chris Hickey. Both teams play very physical, very aggressive style of basketball.
This is Boster. McAdams Thornton. And going to work inside, taking steps was Hoyt. Travis Hoyt whistled for traveling. Taking a look at the journey for both schools. Not a bad trip for either team.
No, and they've got their fans here to represent them well as well, not having to travel very far.
Scavuzzo front court. Elodie trying to come over a Johnson screen, brings it baseline. Forte lets it fly. And hauling down the rebound is Chris Hickey. Boster left side to Scannell, back left wing, three, good by Hickey.
In the transition, nobody picked up Hickey on the perimeter. Just was able to step right into that three-point shot and knock down a big one.
Moline during the regular season, excellent three-point shooting team, 41%, and they took 494 threes. They like to put up the three, hit 203 of them, so not unlike the first 30 games for Moline the way they start tonight with 2 threes, and they're up 4. Baseline drive, losing the handle, and coming away with it for the Maroons is Scannell. Ahead to McAdams Stort. Here's another three. That one wouldn't go for Hickey. McAdams Stort with a foul. 8-2.
McAdams Thornton went in strong against Maley that time. Maley didn't have the body to offset him inside. Great job by McAdams Thornton, taking it right to the bucket.
Elodie right wing. Scavuzzo trying to go baseline at Johnson. Pass knocked out of bounds by Hoyt. And it'll be LaGrange basketball. The inbound is Elodie. This is Maley.
Yeah,
and he traveled
there.
Sure did. Taking a look at the tail of the tape as far as the two cities are concerned, LaGrange and Moline. Of course, Moline in the Quad cities there. Both schools very big, 3,200 Lyons Township, 2,300 Rock Island, or Moline, I should say.
Big rebound there by Cortez Forte. Just took it right out of the hands of McAdams Thornton.
We've got a whistle and a foul on the Maroons, and they call it against Boster. Boster is the sole captain of this Maroon team. In fact, head coach Frank Dexter pulled Boster aside after the holiday tournament, said, "You're my man. I want you to be the spokesperson for this team." And he said at that point, they kind of got things going.
Yeah, good leader on this ball club is Boster with the senior. Really doing a good job of running the show.
Forte hits the second free throw after missing the first. 8-3 the score. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance. Real people, real answers, real quick. And by the Midwest Dairy Association on behalf of your local dairy farmers. The power of cheese.
And this is almost an automatic point. This brilliant shooter, 6'3" and senior from Collinsville.
Celebrating 50 years of televising high school basketball. You saw the Collinsville-Quincy game back in the early 50s. Collinsville Jayhawks, talk about a tradition under Virgil Fletcher. Getting to the state tournament, 14 years. And two teams here with very rich traditions. Lyon Township, as you see, they've been on a roll, as have the Moline Maroons, who have won 9 in a row and 17 of 19. Lions in a zone defense. The Maroons on the drive. McAdams Thornton had it taken away. Elodie quickly ahead. Pass intended.
A little out of control that time in transition by Lyons Township.
For Johnson. Midway through this first quarter, we've got 4:20 left in the first. Lyons Township in a 1-3-1 zone.
Trying to
Skinnell.
pressure Moline and some turnovers out on the floor. Get their offense started out of their defense.
Eric Boster with it. Now has it taken away by Forte out front. Forte streaking the other way. Layup good.
What a great individual effort there by Cortez Forte, who made the steal on the top of that 1-3-1 zone. Avoided the defender taking it to the basket.
Skinnell with a cross-court pass down in the post to Hickey. Here's Boster for 3. On its way, wouldn't go. Forte with a board. Quickly ahead to Scavuzzo. He puts the brakes on. Elodie with a spot up deep. 3. Good.
Both teams really shooting the ball well to start the ball game. Not shy to pull the trigger at all.
Lions,
a little quicker than what we thought would be.
Lyons Township right back in it. Skinnell left side, now to Boster. Boster with a bounce pass baseline, took a little extra hop step before he made the pass, traveling.
Yeah, he actually lifted his foot before he made the pass, and I believe he did both of them at the same time. The official made the travel call, however.
He was on his way to Washington, Illinois. That is the 4th turnover for Moline here in the first quarter. Scavuzzo left side to Forte. He had it stripped. Now picks it back up and gets it to Scavuzzo. Pull-up jumper free throw line. Johnson there with an offensive board. They'll get another chance. This is Elodie, head down on the drive. We've got a whistle and a foul going on Moline. Ryan Skinnell will pick up the foul.
Good drive that time by Elodie. Saw that lane open to the basket and took advantage. Was able to draw the foul against Skinnell, taking it hard to the hole.
That's his first personal, second team foul on the Maroons here in the first half. They inbound to Maley. He gets it in the corner now to Elodie. Back to Maley. Popping a 3. That one wouldn't go. His own rebound. Free throw line jumper rimmed out long. And Boster gets it ahead up the right sideline to Skinnell. Hickey thought about taking the 3. There you see the streaking Moline Maroons. Jump pass left baseline.
A little out of control action by both teams.
Forte gets it baseline, and now they slow it up and bring it back out front. Elodie over a screen. Leans in and hit this shot. Nice play by Elodie.
Tried to lean into the defense, draw the foul. Did a good job maintaining his upper body strength. Was able to knock that in from about 15 feet.
Again, Lyons Township in their 1-3-1 zone. Maroons swinging around the perimeter. This is Boster holding. Baseline to McAdams Thornton. Thought about taking it, and now he will. Misfiring was McAdams Thornton. Maley there for the board. Now to Elodie. Hands off to Scavuzzo on the right side. Scavuzzo had a big 3 in the super sectional win over St. Pat's. Left baseline in the overtime period to help him get the win. This is Elodie again. Got inside the lane, wouldn't go. Forte's put back no good, and the Maroons get it out now to Boster.
Good rebound by Johnson that time amongst traffic. Forte did a good job of going after it a couple times. Johnson was able to pull it away.
Hickey on the right side, left side to Scannell now. Holding is Hoyt to McAdams Thornton. Doing a good job defensively, the Lyons Township Lions. This is Boster. Into the corner, McAdams Thornton. Hoyt with a hop step move and attacking the basket, wouldn't go down. Johnson with the board. Here's Scavuzzo front court. Maley now slows it up. They swing it to Elodie. He's got the hot hand for 3. That one wouldn't go, and fighting for the rebound, Maley lost it to McAdams Thornton.
Pretty clean first quarter so far, both ends of the floor. Good action by both teams. Fairly clean.
Whistle and a foul going on Lyons Township. It goes on Forte. And that'll be his first team foul. Checking out is Johnson, and checking in is Potter for Lyons Township. Boster checks out for Moline.
Moline will be satisfied to play for the last shot here. Only about 12 seconds to go.
Justin Ward checking in, receiving the pass right wing. Whistle and a foul going on Scavuzzo as he went for the strip. A foul on Scavuzzo, his first, second team foul on Lyons Township. This is Hickey, shot top of the key, wouldn't go down. 1 second remaining, they won't get a shot off. We'll end the first quarter. LaGrange on top by a basket. We'll be back after these words from your local station. Welcome back here to Carver Arena inside the Peoria Civic Center. You take a look at the stats for the season for both teams coming in. And we mentioned the fact that the Maroons doing a good job hitting the three-point shot. And they got a couple of threes early.
There's former Bradley All-American Roger Fegley. His retired jersey hangs on the walls here at Carver Arena at the Peoria Civic Center.
Baseline jumper on the way, and good by Ward. Justin Ward getting things started for the Maroons to tie the score.
Roger's son Scott Fegley, who's a junior at Morton High School, where I currently reside. Outstanding talent there in Morton.
Forte out front. Right side now to Scavuzzo. Gets it back to Maley. Patient offensively here to start the second. Forte baseline jumper.
Nice shot by Forte. He's been very active offensively. 5 points in the ballgame now for LaGrange.
Just a junior, 6'4", came in averaging 12.5 points per game.
And he led him in the super sectional with 16 in the victory over St. Pat's in overtime. They get it high post to McAdams. Thornton. Jump pass. Here's Scannell. Spot up three. That one danced once, wouldn't go. And the baseline official, Dan Manning, with the call.
Good job by Justin Ward to hold his position there on the offensive rebound, get a hand on the ball. Holding foul was called on LaGrange.
Goes on A.J. Elodie, his first, team's third. Ward will inbound. Triggering left baseline. This is Chris Hickey to Scannell. McAdams Thornton. Nice pass to Ward. He couldn't finish. Gets it to go the second time around. He's got 4.
Justin Ward very active on the offensive end that time. Went after the offensive boards hard and was rewarded with the easy lay-in.
All tied again. Elodie. Scavuzzo on the drive, had it knocked out of bounds by the Maroons, so it'll be Lions basketball. Checking back in is Johnson. Checking out for Lyons Township is Potter.
Moline with a very balanced attack. Chris Hickey's the only player that averages in double figures, and they have 3 that average 9 points a game.
Popping another 3. That one wouldn't go for Elodie. Ryan Scannell gets it front court to Hickey. McAdams Thornton with it, feeding the post to Hoyt. Nice fake by Hickey on the drive. Beautiful pass. Layup wouldn't go, though, for Scannell. Put back on the way by Hoyt. Whistle and a foul on Lyons Township, more than likely on Forte.
Good penetration inside that time by Chris Hickey. Good dump off to Scannell. I think he wasn't anticipating in that time.
Take
Put it
another
up
look.
with his left hand. Just rolled off the rim. You can see it here on the back side of the rim. Good job by Travis Hoyt going up after it and drawing the foul.
Hoyt at the free throw line. Hitting the first. He's averaging 9 points, 70% foul shooter, 6'6" senior, third-year starter. And head coach Frank Dexter says he's improved with every game his senior season. He hits a couple of free throws. 1 of 2, actually, and it's 13-12.
Moline staying with that hard-nosed man-to-man defense here in the second quarter.
Deep 3 by Scavuzzo, rimmed out. McAdams Thornton racing front court. He's got a 2-on-2. Takes it in. Wouldn't go. Rebound. He's good. His second time around by Travis Hoyt. Wasn't picture perfect, but he'll take it.
Yeah, Travis Hoyt was 1 out of 2 in that trip down the floor. I think that counts as 2 field goal attempts.
Elodie brings it baseline, doubled in trouble, and he traveled on the baseline. Let's take a look at Hoyt's double clutch dunk here.
Great hustle by Travis Hoyt, the big man running the floor off the miss by
trailing on the play.
Thomas, and just tried to throw it down, but got the benefit of the doubt.
Here's a steal and the layup on the way, good by Forte. He's got 7 first half points.
Forte does a great job on the point man of that 1-3-1 defense. He's come up with a couple of easy baskets by getting his quick hands on the ball.
On the left wing now is Hickey. Doubled. Gets to Scannell. Hoyt swinging it back to Scannell. McAdams Thornton. Nice feed inside to Ward. Went up strong. They say no shot.
Foul underneath before the shot. That'll be the 6th team foul against LaGrange. Again, good ball movement that time by Moline. Every player on the floor touched the ball before it got inside, that time to Justin Ward.
So Ryan Scannell will be inbounding. With a stoppage of play, 4:39 left to go first quarter. You're tuned to the IHSA TV network. Welcome back here to the Peoria Civic Center. Final quarterfinal game of the day here in the 2001 IHSA Class AA Boys State Tournament. You can see the bumps in the road there for the Moline Maroons this season when giving up 60-plus points.
There's 2 reasons for that. They play tough, hard-nosed man-to-man defense, and they're somewhat deliberate on the offense, not forcing shots, but definitely take advantage of the opportunities that the defense gives them. So far, this game's playing right in their hands at 15-14 in favor of Moline.
their other 3 losses, they gave up 58 to Quincy, 55 to Normal, and 56 to Chicago Dunbar, and lost those 3 games as well. 15-14 advantage Moline, looking to up the lead. Here's Hickey, left wing, 3, let it be.
Good ball movement on the offensive end. That time they couldn't find Hickey in that 1-3-1 zone defense, and Hickey was able to toe the line and knock down the 3-pointer.
Hickey with his 2nd tray of the night. This is Scavuzzo coming over a melee screen, gets it inside. Forte, fall away, short. Johnson with the board, he threw it away.
Officials letting him play inside. A little physical activity that time as Forte seemed to be bumped on the initial shot.
Ward's lazy pass, cross court, picked off by Elodie, tipped to the head to Forte, layup good.
Well, Forte is very good in transition. That time he avoided the defender, still able to pull the ball back and lay it up in off the glass.
9 first-half points for Forte. He leads all scores. Moline's lead at 2, and Melee right wing going for the strip against Foster, got caught.
I believe they called a kick on that play.
They did call it a kick. I thought they were coming up with a foul.
Yeah, Forte on the top of that 1-3-1 zone isn't only active with his hands, but active with his feet as well.
Foster gets it into Skinnell. Foster was an excellent pitcher on the Moline Maroon baseball team. Lefty pitcher, comes inside now. They get it to Ward. Here's Hoyt, jumper in the lane. No, but the rebound tip, nice, active on the offensive glass. Ward.
Yeah, Justin Ward off the bench has been a big lift for Moline, not only on the glass, but he's added a couple buckets as well. I've seen him actually start a few games this year, so not surprised to see him be effective in there for Moline.
Justin Ward with 6 points off the bench here in the 2nd for the Maroons. We're up 4. This is Melee left side on a double team, leaned in, tried to fire the shot, wouldn't go, and he drew the foul. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The foul, they say, going on Moline's McAdams Thornton.
That time Melee did a good job of getting into the body of McAdams Thornton. He's got about 3 inches on him. Inside, was able to draw that contact, almost got the shot to go in.
Interesting note on James Melee. His mom was a student at Lyons Township back in '70 when Ron Nikovich led the Lions to the state title. Owen Brown, outstanding player that year for Lyons Township. Checking out for Moline is McAdams Thornton, and checking back in, Hickey.
Maybe only a junior, averaging, as we talked about early on, about 17 points a game. Has a bright future ahead of him as well next year.
He hits the 2nd of the pair, and we're back to a 3-point lead for the Maroons. Again, the winner moves on to take on Schaumburg in the 2nd semifinal game here in Peoria tomorrow. We'll have the broadcast, both of them for you tomorrow. First one beginning at 11. Left baseline, 3, in and out, no good by Hickey. Melee's there for the board.
Hickey now 2 out of 4 from 3-point range, but each one of them, he's had a good look at the basket, and he's very effective from that range.
Scavuzzo holding. Out front to Elodie. Popped a 3 earlier in the 1st quarter. Johnson's pass intercepted by Hoyt.
Good hands that time by Hoyt, and good anticipation on that bounce pass attempt by Grant Johnson inside.
So the Maroons with a chance to build their lead. Hickey's pass to Ward, jumper in the lane, no. Scramble for the loose ball. Ward comes away with it.
And got it to go.
Good. Count it, whistle and a foul. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Has he been a spark off the bench?
And Travis Ward, I think, may have gotten away with a foul here after the initial shot. He tries to get his hand on the ball again, avoids the contact, pulls his hands back, and then the ball just basically comes right back to him.
He knocked about 3 guys down, a little domino effect there.
But I think it was the fact that he held his hands back. The officials didn't call the foul on him.
It looked unintentional. All right, he's at the stripe. He's got 8 points here in the 2nd. Coming off the bench in a big way, the 6'5" senior, who is considered an emancipated student. His mom is in the military in South Carolina, the legal guardian. His aunt was watching over. She moved to Davenport. He wanted to stay in Moline, and he missed the first 6 games of the season this season as the IHSA was reviewing that emancipated student status.
Right, and when he lives in an apartment on his own, that'll make you grow up in a hurry.
Elodie out front, missed the jump shot, goes out of bounds, last touch by the Maroons. Yeah, that's got to be a tough thing.
Yeah, for an 18-year-old kid, I mean, that's
on your own. Justin Ward, good to see him having a good start here in the state tournament game.
Sure that Coach Frank Dexter is glad that he has stuck around and is contributing to the effort here in this quarterfinal ball game.
Baseline, whistled for traveling, and he might have got the benefit of the doubt from the baseline official. Could have possibly been an offensive foul, as the foul adjusts to Potter. Brian Potter picks up the no foul. They called traveling on Potter. 6-point game. Minute 33 left here in the second. Scannell left side. Here's the three. This is Foster.
Good cross-court pass, though, there by Hickey.
Maley with the board, calls timeout.
That 1-3-1 zone that LaGrange plays on top. They've got Cortez Forte, who stays on top, and he doesn't really get back down as the ball gets below the free throw line. That time a good cross-court pass by Hickey. Shot didn't go down.
There you see the history of Lyons Township in the state tournament. A 4th place in 48, state champs in 53, and then Ron Nikovich with his run, winning the state title in 70, taking 3rd place in 74. He brought him down here to the Elite 8 in 1994 as well. That was their most recent trip. Conte Stamus, interesting guy. He grew up going to school in nearby Morton West High School. Had an outstanding run of 5 years at Evanston Township High School. Had the Wildcats on track to perhaps make a state run, and gave that up coming to Lyons Township last season. They were 9-16, didn't get out of the regional. Here, his 2nd year as head coach has him downstate. He was an assistant coach at Xavier for Pete Gillen, was the recruiting coordinator and assistant coach. Big block inside by Ward. He's getting it done at both ends now. Here's Hickey back the other way.
Hickey may have got bumped on that shot up top, and Ward's a little slow getting up after that rebound attempt.
Elodie left side, baseline drive. Maley with a fall away. That wouldn't go down. Gets his own rebound, muscled in against Ward, and we've got a whistle and a foul.
It would be Ward called on the reach in on the rebound attempt.
Ward comes up a little gimpy. Signals at a bench, says he needs to check out for a second. And it looks like Hoyt's going to return, replacing Ward, who hobbles over to the bench. Might have turned his ankle. He's going into the locker room to have the trainer check it out. Well, that would be a huge loss, to say the least, if he wasn't able to return. It looked like he was able to get off all right, so hopefully he'll be able to make it back out here for Moline's sake.
45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. They may not need him to come back out.
Elodie with the tray, that wouldn't go down, and Hickey's there for the board.
Hickey at about 6'3", gets off the floor very well. Good rebounder for Moline as well. So with Justin Ward out of the ball game, he picked him up.
Maroons will play for one shot, up 6. Scannell left side. McAdams Thornton. This is Boster. Now to Hickey. Lyons Township still hanging in their zone. See the clock there, under 10 seconds now. McAdams Thornton thought about taking it.
Now he will.
Goes on the drive. Lost it. And the Maroons may not get a shot off. Hickey at the buzzer, wouldn't go. And we end the first half. The Maroons up 6.
Well, LaGrange really cooled off there in that second quarter, as did Moline. Both teams shooting less than 40% now. That good start they initially had is really kind of worn off.
All right, let's send it to our sideline reporter tonight, Lisa Prati, who has the leading head coach here at halftime, Frank Dexter. Lisa?
Coach, off the bench, you have Justin Ward. He comes in and he scores 9 points for you and definitely goes strong to the basket.
Well, he's a definite factor. He's been a good player for us all year. It's just that he's been hurt. He's been out most of the tournament with a twisted ankle. He's really come to play tonight, no question. I think we got to move the basketball a little bit better. I think we'll get better looks at the basket as well. But definitely defensively and offensively, he's really been a plus for us.
Well, defensively, your team really stepped up in the second quarter, especially when you went man-to-man.
Well, we've been man-to-man the whole game. I don't know if you knew that or not, but we've really been getting after it, switching, all down picks and cross picks, and we've done a nice job of not trailing our men to the ball, and I'm real happy about that.
Great, Coach. Good luck.
You.
Right now, we're at the half. Moline is in the lead, 23-17. We got more game coming up here in the second half. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa. Big second quarter for the Maroons as they outscore Lyons Township 15-7, Matt, in that second quarter. And the big key, as Lisa was talking with head coach Frank Dexter, Justin Ward coming off the bench was outstanding.
He was huge off the bench, leading with 9 points in that second quarter. Chris Hickey's done a good job, hit a couple open shots. He's also missed some open opportunities too, and he won't miss too many of those. If he gets them again in the second half, that could be a big opportunity.
So we've got an excellent quarterfinal game shaping up. 6-point lead for the Maroons. And we'll be back with more of our halftime show after these words from your local station.
Welcome back to the IHSA Boys Class AA State Basketball Tournament. Right now you are watching Cheer Time USA. It's an all-star cheerleading team that consists of students from 8 area high schools, which include East Peoria, Morton, Notre Dame, Tremont, Pekin, Peoria High School, Metamora, and Morton Junior High School. The all-star team competed in February in the National High School Cheerleading Championship, which was the UCA Windy City Championship, in February, and they placed 3rd in the varsity all-star division. Here are the Cheer Time USA squad.
Cheer Time USA, coached by Coach Apple. That's the Moline Central cheerleading squad. They brought home top owners in the UCA cheerleading camp this past summer. They received a first place overall in both cheer and extreme routine. They're also selected to cheer at the All-Star football game held at Peoria Stadium this summer. They're coached by Angie Wilmington. Please welcome the IVC cheerleading squad.
Throw them up straight.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a cheerleader now. U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, hey, you ugly. U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, hey, you ugly.
Joining me is Roy Conditi. He is the head coach from Homewood Flossmoor. He's been there for the past 6 years, but he also coached at Westinghouse, where he was the head coach for 9 years, but 22 years overall in the Westinghouse School District.
Correct. I've been there a while. 29 years in coaching. Fun in both places. Should be a great game tomorrow. We have a public league team against a team that we've played in the Sitka East, Thornwood.
Right, and you said that you played Thornwood just this past season. Obviously, you lost to them both times because they are now 31-1. But talk a little bit about your experience against Thornwood.
Well, we thought we did a really good job on Eddie both times, but Thornwood is more than Eddie. He's got a great surrounding cast, starting with Melvin Buckley. I think Morgan Park has the necessary ingredients to compete. They have size, but you know, one thing that people overlook about Thornwood is they play great defense. I think you saw that today. You worry about stopping Eddie on the offensive end, but they do such a great job defensively that they make it really difficult for you to score. And that'll be Morgan Park's challenge tomorrow, score enough points.
Right. Well, when you look at Thornwood also, and just coming from the Sitka East, as with the teams that you play within the Sitka East, they really, you can't really compare them. I mean, they really don't match up good with anyone.
Well, Thornwood has, I mean, no one has Eddie Curry. again, both times we played them, the second time especially, we had Eddie out of the game with 4 fouls in the middle of the third quarter, and they ran away from us without him. So they're not a one-man team, as I think they'll probably show you here tomorrow.
Well, everyone is saying that Thornwood is going to make it all the way to the state championship game. If they do happen to beat Morgan Park tomorrow, who do you think necessarily they are going to be going up against?
Both my sons went to Lyons, so a Lyons-Thornwood final would suit me just fine.
Great, Coach. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. We're going to be back. You're watching the IHSA Television Network. We'll be back right after these local messages.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're wonderful.
Welcome back here to Carver Arena at the Peoria Civic Center. Along with Matt Taphorn, I'm Casey Kaler. We're at halftime. You just saw the score. And Matt, the Moline Maroons doing an excellent job. One of the key stats in that first half, I thought the battle on the boards out rebounding Lyons by a pretty fair margin in that first half.
Well, that's one of the key stats, but also it's just the overall balance that they have. Both teams didn't shoot the ball extremely well, but battling it out in the 35% range. Moline did a better job shooting from the three-point area. Both teams with 7 turnovers, so it's relatively even. I think the big lift that Justin Ward gave him off the bench and the ability to spread the ball around and use that balance that they have in their attack on the offense really gave them the 6-point advantage at halftime.
Taking a look at the leading scores for both teams here at halftime, you see Ward coming off the bench pacing Moline, and Cortez Forte had a big second quarter, 6 points for him to lead the way for Lyons Township with 9. You were talking about the play of Ward coming off the bench, and in fact, in our highlight package coming up when we come back from the break, we'll get a look at Justin Ward coming off the bench and also Forte with a highlight or two for Lyons Township. We'll take a break. We're at halftime. Moline on top of Lyons Township in this final quarterfinal game of the day. And we'll be back after these words from your local stations. All right, welcome back here once again to the Peoria Civic Center. Here at halftime, you just saw the score. The Moline Maroons looking to advance to tomorrow's semifinal game. They'll be taking on the Schaumburg Saxons, and Schaumburg impressive in their victory this afternoon over the defending champs. We look at the highlights, and we talked about Ward coming off the bench with some outstanding play.
Yeah, Justin Ward was huge in the first half with 9 points and 4 rebounds. All 4 of those rebounds coming at the offensive end. Here he's a little unselfish initially, goes back up after it strong, able to get the ball tipped up and in. One of those 4 offensive boards and 2 of his 9 points in the first half.
Now he went out of the game with an ankle injury. I saw him in the hallway in the locker room area. He's walking fine. He'll be back in the second half. There we take a look at Forte, the outstanding junior Cortez Forte, who has 9 points leading them here at the half. Was able to pick it up on a nice steal tip from Elodie.
Yeah, he was huge on that 1-3-1 zone defense at the top. Good in transition. Very effective in the first half with 9 points.
And our sideline reporter, Lisa Prati, standing by with Lyons head coach Conte Stamus. Lisa?
Coach, we were talking about Cortez Forte scoring 9 points in the first half. Definitely your key player there in the first half.
Well, he got a lot of things off of his defense. His defense created his offense a little bit. I think we have to do a better job, though, boxing them out, and they're getting a little bit too many offensive rebounds on us.
And right now, Moline putting a lot of pressure. They're playing man-to-man, and they're really causing a lot of turnovers on your end.
Well, look for them to maybe change and go to a zone. They've done that in the past, but we've got to run a little bit better offense. I agree. We've got to reverse the ball a little bit more and be a little bit more patient.
Okay, great. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Casey.
Thank you very much, Lisa. There you see our score in halftime. We'll be back with the second half, start of the third quarter. Coming up, you're tuned to the IHSA TV network. All set for the start of the third quarter. So we welcome you back here to Carver Arena inside the Peoria Civic Center. Lyons Township down 6. This is a familiar position for Lyons Township. They were down 6 points in the fourth quarter in the super sectional game against St. Pat's, came back and won in overtime. In the sectional championship against Proviso East, they were down 7 in the third quarter, came back and won that game. So this is not an unfamiliar position for Lyons Township. Conte Stamus and his team have been in this spot before. In fact, Stamus said in the conference call earlier this week with the media, hey, our guys feel we're in it until the buzzer sounds.
That's right, and A.J. Elodie right there proved that point by not giving up on the play, was able to come back over the ball and draw the foul.
And here's Maley with a reverse layup on a nice feed from outside. Maley with the hoop.
Great job on the set out of bounds play from underneath the basket, getting the easy lay-in to cut into that 6-point deficit. Now it's at 4.
Maley now has 5. Left wing is Skinnell. Hoyt now kicks out front. Bostrom. Boster with a touch pass over to Hickey. Baseline drive, reverse layup on the double clutch, wouldn't go down.
Good athletic move by Hickey that time on the baseline, just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Back the other way comes Forte. Wouldn't go. McAdams Thornton just lost the handle to Maley. Maley, nice dish to Forte, stripped of the ball and a little more by Ryan Skinnell. He'll be whistled for the foul. 2 shots coming up for Lyons Township.
An unforced error that time by Moline, and McAdams Thornton got the ball off the rebound and just gave it right back to Jim Maley, and Maley dished it off to Cortez Forte, who drew the foul.
First free throw on the way, no good by Forte. 59% foul shooter during the season.
LaGrange struggling a little bit from the free throw line in this ball game. That's 2 out of 5. Now start the second half.
As a team on the season, 69% free throw shooting team, and Forte missing a pair. Here's Skinnell, right elbow jumper, wouldn't go. Rebound, put back, guess who?
Offensive rebound and 2 points by Justin Ward. Right back in the ball game in the second half.
Yep, picking up right where he left off in the second quarter.
That gives him 5 offensive rebounds for the ball game.
He had 9 points in 6 minutes of work in the first half. Baseline jumper, Maley dials it in.
That's that zone defense. Chris Hickey thought he was handing off Jim Maley to the other side of the zone, and nobody picked him up. Good little mid-range jump shot that time by Maley.
So the Moline Maroons lead, cut to 4. Skinnell holding, again Lyons, Township Lions in their 1-3-1 zone. Baseline is Hoyt to Ward, inside McAdams Thornton, shot wouldn't go off the glass, but he did draw the foul, he'll shoot a pair.
That time the attention that Justin Ward was drawing down on the baseline freed up the pass that time to McAdams Thornton as he was streaking down the middle of the lane to draw the foul.
Forte picks up the foul, that's his 3rd personal. Taking a look at the history for the Moline Maroons. An outstanding program over the years. Boy, in the 30s and 40s, they had quite a run there. You can see some of their the best finish they had, 2nd in 1940, also finished 2nd in 1951. And their most recent trip here to the Elite 8 back in 1981 under Whitey versus Strait. They lost in the quarterfinals to Proviso East that year. Well, we've got a contact lens problem with A.J. Elodie. He's more talented than I am if he can put that contact in standing there like that without a mirror or the aid of an assistant.
He didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
They're going to have to get him out.
Yeah, he's going to have to come out of the game. The trainer will have to help him out. Conte Stamus was hoping that he'd be able to get it done himself. Stamus trying to get his training crew to hustle it up, get that contact lens in Elodie. He did not want to make the substitution, did he?
No, and Stamus is trying to get the bench to hurry up and get that fixed. I don't think he wants Elodie off the floor for too long.
McAdams Thornton hits the free throw. He hits a pair. The lead back to 6 for Moline. This is Forte on the lean, floating shot, good.
Good quick move. First step that time by Forte, was able to get past McAdams Thornton, get in the lane. Nice little soft jumper from about 7 feet.
Forte now with 11, the lead Lyons Township. Ward, who just lost it, has 11 for Moline. Scavuzzo quickly ahead. Forte stripped of the ball. Nice hustle defensively by Skinnell. And then Forte trying to reel it back in, lost at baseline.
Yeah, Forte just lost control momentarily, and then Skinnell got a hand on it. And it went off Forte out of bounds. But again, you see the athletic ability of Forte to get up and down the floor quickly in transition.
Both teams identical shooting from the floor right now. Both teams 10 of 28, just 36% for the game. 4-point lead for the Maroons. This is Hickey. Out of Hoyt, cross-court feed to Skinnell. Nice baseline spin, but on the jump, left his feet, nothing to do with it, threw it away. Picked off by Potter. Scavuzzo, melee for three, danced, wouldn't go.
Well, Justin Ward is just an animal on the boards right now for Moline. He's really put this team on his back.
Really a factor coming off the bench tonight. Hoyt with a cross-court feed to Hickey. Couldn't get the three off. Back to Hickey on the feed from Ward. They work it around the right side to Skinnell. Inside they go to Ward. Shot no
Another
good.
rebound.
Put back on the way. No, tipped it, kept it alive to Hoyt. And gets it to McAdams Thornton.
Travis Ward had his hands on the ball the second time to keep that ball alive.
Shot on the run, good by McAdams Thornton, but give Ward some credit. Has he been active? He has a ton on the glass, offensively and defensively.
He had one rebound and tipped it to keep it alive. Moline was able to come up with the ball and the basket.
Maroons back up 6. Right side, Scavuzzo. To Forte, he'll pop from 18 straight away.
He's hitting on all cylinders now on the offensive end, really giving Lyons Township a big lift on the offense.
13 for the game now for Forte. This is Hoyt on the baseline.
Quick shot.
Forte with the board. Ahead to Mealy. This is Elodie. Nice feed inside to Potter. He'll put one up off the glass and drew the foul on Hoyt. So he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, Travis Hoyt took a quick one at the other end, not showing much patience. They can get that shot anytime out of the offense, and that was one of the few times that Moline hasn't worked the ball around on the offensive end.
So Potter goes free throwing. Brian Potter, 6'5", senior. On the season from the foul line, he's a 70% free thrower. And he hits a pair. So Potter, with his first 2 of the night, pulls LaGrange to within 2. Timeout on the floor, 3:46 left. We'll be back after these words from your local station. Well, a busy day here, 94th edition of America's Original March Madness tomorrow. It all begins at 11 with the semifinal games. Doubleheader, Morgan Park against Thornwood, game 1. Matt and I will have that call for you. And then the second semifinal game, it'll be Schaumburg against the winner of this Moline Lyons Township game. Also the Country Insurance 3-point showdown and the slam dunk contest. Consolation game you see there at 6:30, championship game at 8.
Should be a great day of basketball to end things. That first semifinal game should be quite a matchup.
Looking forward to that, huh? Left side is Hickey, stripped to the ball by Forte, and then
Intentional
Hickey
foul.
whistled for the intentionals. He reached out, grabbed the jersey of Forte. So Forte will have 2 shots coming up, and Lyons Township will have the ball. Costly foul on Hickey.
And LaGrange has done a much better job of getting to Hickey on the defensive end, not letting him spot up from 3-point range. And Forte, again, very active defensively on that point of the 1-3-1 zone, is able to get the ball away and go the other way, and drew the foul.
And the free throw first rims in.
14 points in the ball game now for Cortez Forte.
Good shot of Frank Dexter, head coach from Moline. He wasn't real happy with that play for obvious reasons. Forte misses the second free throw. Let's take a look at the replay on this again. You see Forte with a steal, and then the reach and grab on the part of Hickey.
There's a steal from behind, actually by Elodie, and
He
watched
tipped
by
it
the
away.
jersey. Watch the jersey pull away. There you go, right there.
There we go. No
Good call
question.
by the official.
Melee right side. Left wing to Scavuzzo. This is Elodie holding. Try to go baseline on the feed to Forte. Tipped away by Ward. Got a hand on it to Hoyt. McAdams Thornton now. Brings it baseline on the spin. Triple team. Stripped of the ball. Melee comes away with it.
Yeah, he dribbled right into that trap. Good job by LaGrange to stay after it defensively.
Scavuzzo had trouble with the handle. Regains it. 29-28. Moline by a point. Elodie right side. Nice pass in the lane, but too hot for Johnson to handle. Scannell comes away with it from Moline. He ran over, but it's a blocking foul. Sliding in front. They whistle Scavuzzo for the foul.
Boy, tough call. I thought Scavuzzo did a good job just holding his ground and taking the charge. That's a tough foul. You get knocked to the ground and beaten up, and you still get whistled for the foul.
I agree with you. I think he might have been there, but it was close. So the Maroons inbound. That was the second foul on Scavuzzo. 14 foul on LaGrange here in the second half. Moline's got 5 team fouls. Right wing 3 is on the way. Hickey's shot wouldn't go. And a rebound off the floor to Forte.
A little bit forced that time by Hickey. He was trying to get his offense going here in the second half. Hasn't been very productive so far.
LaGrange with another chance to take the lead here. This trip down the floor. 2:20 left to go. Get a look at the 3-point numbers on the night. Here's a strip by McAdams Thornton. And it's still Lyons basketball.
That's a risky pass, trying to lob it over the defense, especially in a zone. You got guys with one eye on the ball. That time McAdams Thornton was able to get his hands on the ball.
We saw Frank Dexter there. You know, he played for Galesburg in the Elite Eight, 1964, when they lost to the Cobden Apple Knockers by 3 points. They were up 7 with 2 minutes to play. Of course, that was a classic run by Cobden in 1964, making it to the state championship game before losing.
Now he's coaching against the competition from the Western Big Six.
Out front is Scannell. Nice pass inside. Ward turns, fired, and wouldn't go.
I think Ward was surprised to see himself turn and find himself that wide open.
Melee with a behind-the-back pass that was ill-advised, and Conte Stamus is beside himself on the Lyons Township sideline.
He's
a
really
regular
upset.
pass would have got the job done.
He's really upset with Jim Melee. The traditional pass would have done just fine, and I think Melee actually had a shot in the middle of the lane, instead tried to put a little mustard on that pass and backdoor it to Forte. Good job by Chris Hickey anticipating, come up with a steal.
Does Stamus remind you of anybody?
It'll come to me.
Into the front court is Elodie on the drive, and it wouldn't go. It was in the cylinder still when Forte tipped it in, but they let it stand. They got a break.
Boy, they did get a break. I thought clearly from our vantage point that was still on the rim, but Forte really a big lift in this third quarter for
Elodie
LaGrange.
picking up the foul as they got in front court. Let's take a look at this. You be the judge. Was it in the cylinder or was it out when Forte got the tip?
You got to look at the position of the officials too. It's clearly right on the rim. The one official's underneath the basket, the other one's out on top. There was no official with a clear angle on the play to see if it was on the rim.
Yeah, that was not the best angle to see if it was still the circumference of the ball was hanging in the cylinder. That's the decision. But at any rate, the basket counted for Forte. And it's Lyons Township basketball and a turnover down at the other end. 30-29 now. They take the lead with that tip in by Forte, who on the night here now has 7 in the third, 16 for the game to lead all scores.
And LaGrange has outscored Moline here in this third quarter 13-6, and 7 out of those 13 points have come at the effort of Cortez Forte.
Scavuzzo out front. They're going to play perhaps for the last shot here in the quarter. Got a lot of clock to work, 50 seconds left. Moline coming out, put a little pressure on now. It's a lot of time to hang on to the basketball to milk it for the last shot. We'll see if they can successfully pull it off.
Well, they have the luxury of working the last shot as well, since they are up by 1 point.
Maley, baseline, Forte, so much for the last shot, and a chance for a three-point play. Pretty spin by Forte.
And the way to attack that 1-2-2 zone is to go in the middle, as they did to Maley. And then Forte goes strong to the hole, gets it off the glass, and draws the foul for the three-point opportunity.
Foul was on Ward, his second. Team foul number 5 on Moline. I was thinking that would have been 6. They still got 5 on the board. Forte now with 9 in the quarter, 18 for the night for Cortez Forte, the 6'4" junior. Put on a show here in this final quarterfinal game of the day. Missed the opportunity for the three-point play, did Forte. And now Moline with a chance to put the last shot up. Three-pointer would tie it up going into the fourth quarter. This is Scannell with a cross-court pass to Boster. Ward holding. He's been quiet of late after an early basket in the third quarter. He leads Moline with 11. Clock's now at 8. You can see it counting down there. Hickey. He'll pop a 3. Let it be, and we're tied as we get set for the fourth quarter. The right to advance in a second semifinal game on the line. Moline 32, Lyons Township 32. We'll be back after these words from your local station. Welcome back here to the Peoria Civic Center. There you get an eye of the head coach of the Bradley Braves, Jim Molinari, who's here, no doubt, to check out the games. Looks like with his son,
yeah,
but also doing a little scouting, I imagine, as well.
I'm sure he is. There's some players out here that are very capable of playing for a Bradley or Illinois State. A great year by Jim Molinari and the Braves.
Word is he's in the running to land All-Stater Quinnell Brown, who we saw earlier today in Morgan Park's victory over Alton. Morgan Park will be taking on Eddie Curry and Thornwood, 2 All-Staters hooking up 2 great teams tomorrow in that first semifinal game. So we resume play here, all tied at 32. Popping a 3 is Scannell.
Quiet from the 3 in the third quarter, and they got it going right there at the end. And now Scannell, we'll see if Moline goes back to their man-to-man defense. Was so effective in the first half, and then they went to the zone in the third quarter. Looks like they are back into that man.
Back-to-back threes by the Maroons, and they're back up 3. Turnaround jumper in the lane by Maley, no good. Nice hustle on the glass by Johnson, and we've got a holding foul going on Justin Ward.
Good hustle that time, actually, by Justin Ward. He was defending the shot by Jim Maley from inside the lane, and then went after the rebound. That time Thompson got inside position, or Grant Johnson, excuse me, got inside position, was able to draw the foul.
So the inbound is A.J. Elodie. Holding, looking for somebody to break free, finally gets in the corner to Maley. Maroons D'ing them up right now. Melee in trouble, taken away by Ward on a double team.
Good trap on the side that time by Ward, anticipating Melee coming out on the sideline. Moline able to come up with the turnover.
Foster out front. This is Ward, tried to feed the post. Tough pass, and it was picked off by Johnson.
Yeah, really a poor pass inside. No angle to get that pass in on the post, on the block.
Elodie over at Johnson, screen for three. A.J. Elodie with his second tray of the night's got 8, and we're back even. Scannell just threw it away, trying to get it to Hickey on the sideline. Costly turnover for the Maroons.
2 rules of thumb when you make a pass: don't pass off the dribble, and don't pass when you leave your feet. That time he did, he tried to pass off the dribble with one hand, therefore created the turnover. That's just poor ball handling.
30-second timeout on the floor. The IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance. There you get an eye full of the television network, the over-the-air stations picking up our broadcast tonight. And a list of the cable stations around the state of Illinois carrying tonight's game. March Madness beamed right into your living room. Over 4 million homes throughout Illinois able to tune in to America's original March Madness, and it's going to be a wild one tomorrow. The semifinals, Morgan Park against Thornwood in the first game, and then Schaumburg waiting to take on the winner of tonight's game in the second semifinal game. Then we've got the third place game at 6:30 and the championship game at 8. The right side is Melee. This is Elodie now. Free throw line jumper too strong. Good board inside by Hickey.
Hickey again at 6'3", very effective on the boards. That time got good inside position, was able to pull it away.
Scannell to Foster. This is Ward. Back to Foster. And he's stripped of the ball by Forte. One-on-one now against Scannell. On the spin, takes it in. Hit. Shot wouldn't go, but he drew the foul.
That'll be the 4th foul on Travis Ward. Very quick hands defensively by Cortez Forte. As Boston tried to split the trap, Forte came up with it again. He's very effective in transition, handling the ball, gets it up at the basket, couldn't get it to go down. No foul against Travis Ward.
Free throw rims out for Forte. Hoyt checks in, and Justin Ward will check out. Travis Hoyt returning to the Moline lineup. Big free throw coming up here for Forte. Can put Lyons on top. So they've got the lead again. Left side calling for the timeout. Ryan Scannell. Again, a 30-second timeout. Interesting note on Frank Dexter. We talked about him playing at Galesburg. He played under John Thiel there, and then actually began his coaching career as a sophomore coach at Quincy when Cheryl Hanks was at Quincy, and then took over the Rockridge program, was there 9 years, had an excellent record there, was at Davenport Assumption High School in Davenport, Iowa for a couple of years, then to Macomb, where he had a 48-25 record for 3 years, and then in 1990 came to Moline when Jerry Leggett took over the Moline program, and Dexter was working in the lower levels, establishing what they call the MBA there, the Moline Basketball Association, for the youth kids beginning 5th, 6th grade. They've built quite a program now, and a program that Jerry Leggett, ironically enough, helped start, and Dexter carrying the torch and leading the Maroons downstate.
And Jerry Leggett, quite a teacher to learn from as well, with all the great Quincy teams that he coached.
Western Big Six, talk about a basketball tradition, huh? Out front, Hickey, left wing to Scannell. Now this is McAdams Thornton in the corner. Leaves it for Hoyt. 5:20 left to go here, 4th quarter. Lyons Township on top by 1.
Moline a little bit more hesitant and reluctant on offense. Without Justin Ward in there, he was such a lift for him. He's on the bench now with 4 fouls.
Free throw line jumper by Skinnell wouldn't go down. Elodie there for the rebound.
Be interesting to see how long Coach Frank Dexter keeps Justin Ward on the bench with those 4 personals.
Scavuzzo right side to Elodie. Maley with a fall away. Johnson there for the rebound.
Tough shot that time by Maley, who's really had his weight leaning backwards when he got that shot off.
Johnson with one of his few shots of the night on the fall away, no good. Over the back on Maley as Hickey was in position for the rebound.
Yeah, Chris Hickey again, very fundamentally sound player. That time got inside position, was able to block out Jim Maley and draw the personal foul, the first foul against Maley.
This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance. Real people, real answers, real quick. And by Midwest Dairy Association on behalf of your local dairy farmers. Ah, the power of cheese.
This is off to the side. And the gun sounds to end the ball game. Collinsville wins the state championship 55-52. And look at them go wild.
Collinsville Jayhawks celebrating their 1965 IHSA championship. We welcome you back. Houses are rocking. The Rockton Hononegah band here wrapping up their performance all day today. They've been outstanding, entertaining the crowd here at the Carver Arena here at the Peoria Civic Center.
Having a little bit of fun, even though their team's not in the state tournament. Enjoying the atmosphere here at Peoria Civic Center, energizing the crowd.
Moline down a point. Big possession right here for the Maroons, to say the least. 4:20 remaining here, fourth quarter. Winner moves on to the semis, sizing up the 3, Skinnell. Rebound put back by McAdams Thornton, no good, and Forte's there for the board.
Thornton did a good job of getting the rebound, but didn't gather himself very well before he went up with the shot. A little off balance, came up short.
Right side now, Elodie over a Johnson screen. He'll use it twice. Pop the 3.
I kind of question that shot about 4 minutes to go. They can get that shot anytime in the offense. A little quick trigger that time by Elodie.
Surprising, too, the way they have been working the clock of late. Travis Hoyt now left side. This is McAdams Thornton. Foster will pop a 3. And Forte's off to the races the other way, 3-on-1. Maley will finish.
3-on-1 break the other way after a bad shot in the corner again by Boster. Boster, you know, again, you can get that shot anytime throughout the offense, and they settled for it with 2 guys flying at him.
Now they're down 3, 38-35, still plenty of time. Right side, Boster. Nice pass inside to Hoyt. His redirection of the shot wouldn't go down, and the rebound to Johnson almost threw it away. Scavuzzo with the save.
Boy, Moline's starting to panic a little bit here on the offensive end.
Foul as Scavuzzo got it front court. McAdams Thornton will be assessed the foul.
A lot of time left in this ball game, just under 3 minutes. Moline launches a 3 first time down the floor, and then the next time down the floor, instead of getting the ball, catching it, and going up strong to the basket, Travis Hoyt tries to catch and turn and shoot all in one motion. Comes up short.
That was the second personal on McAdams Thornton, the 8th team foul on the Maroons. At the stripe, shooting the 1-and-1. Scavuzzo, and he missed.
That's 6 out of 14 in the ball game for 43%.
We have seen some bad free throw shooting today. Alton, their bad free throw shooting helped contribute to the loss today to Morgan Park. Right wing, here's a 3! Swisher sweep for Skinnell.
Better job that time, ball reversal. Got an open Skinnell, toes on the line. Knocked down the big 3-point shot to tie this ball game up once again.
Elodie right side. 2:24 now left to go in the game. Free throw line jumper. This is Forte. It's been his day. He's got 21.
No pressure on the shot that time by McAdams Thornton. As Forte went up, he just reached his hand up instead of trying to rise up with him and get his hand in his face.
Hickey to Hoyt, trying to go inside. McAdams Thornton, Johnson with a steal. That kid hasn't scored many points, but he's contributed, rebounding, coming up with steals, and he just does the dirty work, doesn't he, Johnson? With a timeout on the floor, we'll step aside. You're tuned to the IHSA TV network. Scholar athlete from the Moline Maroons, the Midwest Dairy Association, a local dairy farmer. Excellent grade point average, perhaps headed towards Augustana. Great pitcher, Derek Lindauer, who was an assistant coach on this Moline Maroon varsity basketball team, the head varsity baseball coach there. The Maroons finished 3rd in the state last year in the IHSA Class AA Boys Baseball State Tournament. And Eric Boster, an outstanding left-handed pitcher, pitched the semifinal game, went 9 innings in a extra inning loss in that semifinal game, 3-2, but he's an outstanding pitcher. There you get a look at the steals in tonight's game. And interesting, we were talking about the Quincy connection with Frank Dexter. Eric Boster's dad, Drew Boster, played for Cheryl Hanks at Quincy. In fact, he's the all-time assist leader at Quincy High, Drew Boster. So there's all kinds of Quincy connections with this Moline team.
Well, I'm sure Quincy would rather be here than Moline right now playing in the state tournament.
I'm thinking you're probably right.
Moline's had a great season.
Pretty good rivalry between those two.
Absolutely.
Throw Rock Island into that mix as well. Some heated games over the years. Lyons up 2, trying to milk some clock with 1:40. It's 40-38. Advantage, Lyons Township. This is Elodie, left side, being pressured by McAdams Thornton.
Look for Forte to handle the ball quite a bit in this series. He's being guarded by Justin Ward, who has 4 fouls, and the way that Forte handles the ball on the floor be very effective.
Well, they get the clock to 1:24, and head coach Connie Stamus says, give me a timeout. I mentioned, who does he remind you of? When he was Randon Raven there a little bit, I thought the late Jim Valvano, the way he was working the sideline, he bears a little bit of a resemblance, does he not?
Sure, absolutely.
To Valvano. All right, let's listen now to the Lyons Township huddle.
Be strong with the ball. They follow us now. Be strong with the ball.
Now Frank Dexter and his Moline Maroons. Well, we've got 1:24 to decide this one. Winner moves on to take on Schaumburg in the second semifinal game. The Saxons victorious, knocking out the defending state champion Aurora West Blackhawks 64-51.
Moline with 8 team fouls. The next foul will be a 1 bonus opportunity.
Maley on the attack. Does it count? No, before the shot. And if it's on Ward, that's his 5th, and he'll be gone.
Again, good job by attacking that half-court zone pressure by LaGrange. They get the ball right in the middle.
And Justin
Jim Maley. He got an opening to the bucket.
Justin Ward's night early, over early. So he picks up his 5th personal foul.
Not as effective here in the second half. Only 2 points after that 9-point first half performance, but picked up 2 quick fouls here in the second half, and then got back to the ball game here and picks up his 5th.
He was a huge spark, though, in that second quarter when Moline needed one. So Ward will check out, fouling out of the game with 11 points here in this quarterfinal game, and going to the bench with 1:16 showing on the clock. Scannell checks back in. They'll go with a smaller lineup. It's Boster, Scannell, Hickey, Hoyt, and McAdams Thornton for Moline. Shooting the 1-and-1 now is Maley, and he missed the front end. Big miss by Maley. 2-point game. Moline down with the basketball. Hickey left side.
If LaGrange drops this game, they won't have to look very far on the stat sheet to find out why. They're only 6 out of 15 from the free throw line.
Incredible. Left side, McAdams Thorpe. Baseline drive. This is Hoyt.
Got hammered inside.
McAdams Thorpe will go to the line. Yeah, it looked like he did, didn't it?
My goodness.
Somebody missed something there the first time.
Jim Maley caught him on the arm. The ball from, you know, and it's not as if Travis Hoyt isn't a big guy. He's 6'6", and the ball, I think, got to about 7 feet in the air.
Well, they officially whistled a foul on Scavuzzo, and they're showing that that's 5 on the board for Scavuzzo. Is that right? I didn't have him with 5.
I don't believe so. That's only 3 fouls.
That's what I was thinking. They should have. There we go. And the board was wrong. I didn't think he could have been anywhere near 5. So the first free throw good by McAdams Thornton. He now has 7 points on the night. Excellent strength inside McAdams Thornton, 6'3", 190. Junior, and he hits a pair to tie the score at 40. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Full timeout with 53.5 seconds remaining. And the score tied at 40. You're tuned to the IHSA TV network.
Congratulations, boys, for winning this Tillman Crown to a great basketball team.
So much history. So much history and so much pageantry. America's original March Madness. And we are all tied here. It could be another fantastic finish to another IHSA state tournament game. 53.5 seconds remaining. All tied at 40. You get a look at Conti Stamus in just his second year at Lyons Township High School. Trying to get the program back, and he's got it back.
Right now, the best defense for Moline seems to be to foul LaGrange and send him to the free throw line. Again, 6 out of 15, shooting only 40% from the line. The last big miss by Jim Maley on the front end of 101 allowed this game to be tied up again on the 2 big free throws, that time by McAdams Thornton.
All right, here it is. It's Elodie, Maley, Scavuzzo, Johnson, and Forte for Lyons Township. It'll be Scannell, McAdams Thornton, Hickey, and just checking into the Moline lineup for the first time tonight, Cyrus Shelton in a pressure situation off the bench, along with Travis Hoyt. Scavuzzo into the front court. This is Forte. Now to Elodie. Forte leading the way tonight for Lyons Township with 21. Be surprised if he or Maley didn't get last shot if they milk it that far. Here's Johnson going up for the shot blocked inside by Scannell. He wanted the jump ball call. Instead, we're going to have a foul on Scannell.
Yeah, he got a lot of ball there, but I think he also got his left wrist as he was going up strong to the basket. Good penetration there by Scavuzzo to get the dump off down inside to Grant Johnson.
We were just talking about players that we might see take the last shot if they went that far. Maley, Forte. The last guy you would have expected to take the shot was Grant Johnson, his first point of the night. He hits the free throw.
It comes from the free throw line where they've had a major weakness so far in this ball game, so not a bad strategy that time by LaGrange.
Timeout taken by Moline as they try to ice Johnson a bit on this second free throw with 27 and 6/10 remaining. The IHSA celebrating 50 years of televising Illinois high school basketball. We've got another classic moment to roll for you.
Here again are Ed and Marilyn.
You basketball fans have something to talk about tonight. And now here's something to talk about that's a real bargain.
That's right. Long-distance rates are getting lower and lower, and that means you can make people happy more often for the long-distance call.
That was 1958, and they rolled out all the stops then. Miss America with Ed McMahon on the IHSA TV network.
And now they have us.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we've got an excellent finish shaping up. Grant Johnson, another free throw coming up. Chance to put Lyons Township up 2. Interesting story. Grant Johnson has a full-ride scholarship to go to Notre Dame. He's an excellent high school baseball pitcher as well, so he's going to be playing baseball for the Fighting Irish.
Did nothing but net on both those free throws.
And he just delivered a pair that were huge.
Looks like LaGrange comes out of this in a man-to-man defense. Good strategy. Make sure they match up with Chris Hickey on the perimeter.
Maroons needing a hoop to keep their season alive. As you see there, two-pointer will tie things up. A three will put them on top. Under 10 seconds now. Top of the key. This will be a three. Air ball. Olodi with a rebound.
I thought there was a lot of contact on that shot as well.
Jump ball's the call. Possession arrow.
Favoring
LaGrange. It'll be Lions basketball with 3 and 2 seconds remaining.
Boy, I thought there was a lot of contact on that shot at the top of the key by Chris Hickey against Cortez Forte, but Forte really stepped up once again. Big defensive stop.
Frank Dexter and his Moline Maroons burned their last timeout to talk things over with 3 and 2/10 seconds. Well, you said it looked like there might be some contact. We'll take a look at it. Here's that shot by Hickey. Forte actually looked like he pulled
his hand back at the last moment. I think Chris Hickey actually anticipated some contact there.
I'd have to say Forte made a pretty good defensive play there at the top of the key.
Yeah, he did, and not surprising. He's made some great defensive plays throughout the ballgame.
Yeah, he has been their most valuable player in this quarterfinal game. 21 points for Cortez Forte. He led the way for him in their sectional semifinal win over Argo with 18. And against Proviso East in the overtime game, had a complimentary role. That was a game Maley had 36, and in the super sectional win, he led the way with 16 points. This broadcast is the exclusive property of the Illinois High School Association. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of any part of these telecasts without the express written consent of the Illinois High School Association is strictly prohibited. And there is your player of the game. The 6'4" junior, rocking and rolling, trying to get the Lions into the semifinals. 3 and 2/10 seconds remaining. And the Maroons quickly foul A.J. Olodi with 2 and 6/10 seconds left, and he'll be headed to the free throw line.
And Olodi from the free throw line has not attempted a free throw yet in the ball game. So see if he can improve on that 8 for 17 performance by the rest of the team.
Yeah, I was going to say for Conti Stamus, that's good news. He hasn't been to the line yet. And on the season, Olodi, their best free thrower, 78%. 2 big ones here for the senior. Continuity set.
Big one here. This makes it a 2-possession ball game, almost an impossibility.
This would be the stone cold dagger. And it's over. 4-point lead with 2 and 6/10 seconds left. Moline needs a miracle now. Long heave, front court, Maley with the pick. And that's the ball game. The Lyons Township Lions advance to the semifinals to take on Schaumburg. The Moline Maroons tournament run comes to an end. We will be back after these words from your local station.
I'm here with Conti Stamus as well as Cortez Forte, but Conti, what a great play, and I have to commend Cortez for that great defensive play there in the final seconds of the game.
Well, all year, he's been our defensive stopper. He usually guards the other team's best player, and he's a great defender. He made some great defensive plays tonight for us, and we stepped up and made some great free throws also. A.J. Elodie stepped up. He's done it all year long, knocked big free throws down the stretch, and this was a great effort from the standpoint of hustle and determination.
And also now Cortez, 21 points tonight. You did a great job defensively as your coach just commended you on, but overall you really shut down Moline in that last final second.
I just play defense. It alternates offense. Defense is great. I just come out and play defense, and it gets our team going.
Well, you did a great job. Now they move on to, Lyons Township will move on to play Schaumburg tomorrow afternoon in the semifinals. I'll send it back to Casey.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa. Along with Matt Taphorn, we are courtside here following the final quarterfinal game of the day. And the Lyons Township Lions advancing to take on Schaumburg. So they survived a night when they shot just 10 of 19 from the foul line. But what helped them out, Moline only got to the free throw line 7 times, hitting 6 for 7.
Well, most importantly, they hit their last 4 free throws right there in the last minute. Really sealed the ball game. Great effort by Lyons Township. They'll go on to play Schaumburg tomorrow.
We're looking forward to a great day tomorrow. We'll have the first semifinal game for you beginning at 11. And it will be Morgan Park, the Public League champion, taking on #1 ranked Thornwood in game 1 at 11. Then the Country Insurance 3-point showdown at 12:30. The semifinal game 2 at 12:45. Schaumburg against Lyons Township. Slam dunk contest at 2:30. And then tomorrow night, we've got the third place game for you and the championship game coming up tomorrow night. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We enjoyed bringing it to you. Again, Lyons Township advances past Moline. You've been tuned into the IHSA TV network.